There's another thing I want to do. How about this? I open up a new window and go to localhost 3000. Okay, I'm still signed in as this person. If I sign out over here and I keep doing things over here, it's not going to work. Permission denied. Because I signed out, right? So as soon as I try to start making changes to the database, it's not going to work. But this thing doesn't know that I've signed out. Because in this window, state got updated, but nothing happened over here. So it didn't actually notice that I signed out. Now if I refresh, it'll know I'm signed out. But there's something I'm missing here. Let me go back to the authentication section here. Let's click on, okay, go to docs. Guides, authentication. Auth state persistence. So that's kind of what we're dealing with here. We persisted the fact that we've logged in using localhost, which seems to be an incomplete solution at the very least. Let's see if expected behavior across browser tabs. See, so that's a problem we had there. Let's see, what can we... Okay, so it's got some built-in stuff to handle this. So that might be good. Let's see if I can find... State change, right. Let's see if I can find the thing I'm looking for in the documentation. No. So I'm trying to, again, I try to show you these things as though I were figuring them out for the first time, but I can't remember where in the documentation this is. I can't remember how I figured this out the first time. Firebase on auth state change. Okay, if you actually look at, okay, here we go. And there's a Stack Overflow says that please stop doing this thing that I'm about to do. Oh, what? Oh, Firebase stop listening. It's not telling us to stop doing that. It means stopped listening and saying that that's a problem. Okay, it's not a hot take telling us to stop doing the thing we're doing. Okay, and darn it, I got rid of my Google results. Firebase on auth state change. So it looks like if I went to managing users in Firebase in the documentation, I would see this. Get the currently signed in user. Okay, the recommended way to get the current user is by setting an observer on the auth object. So this auth object, which we're already importing, right? You can call on auth state change and pass it a callback. And whenever the auth state changes, in other words, if you log in or if you log out, this will catch it. This thing will run. So it's a little bit like our lifecycle functions. So we should probably run this thing, in fact, when the thing first mounts. We could start listening for the authentication state to change. So we're already importing auth in app. So in component, we'll mount. You can do all that stuff. That's all fine. Whatever. And then let's call auth, which we already imported, dot on auth state changed. That receives a callback, which receives a user object as its argument. Like this. So what do I want to do if auth state changed? So its example has if user, then do what you do if you're signed in. Else, do what you do if you're signed out. So how about if user this.handle auth user else all that stuff that we do when we sign out, but we're doing this, we're already signed out by this time, so we just want to do these things. I'll actually make another, method here called handle unauth. I'll have it do this stuff. So remove the user from state, remove the user from local storage, and when I do when I sign out, I will call this.handle unauth. That way I can also call it from up here. In fact, if I call it from here, I don't even need to do that anymore, right? So here's the idea. When I call auth.signout by clicking the button, that will trigger on-auth state changed. It'll see that I am not logged in. It will hit the else, and it will call handle onAuth to actually remove it from state. So it seems to me that in the signing component, I no longer even need to call handle auth. Because if I log in, my authentication state will change, and it'll automatically call it. Do you get what I'm saying? So sign in with pop-up will change my authentication state with Firebase, which I'm already waiting for to happen inside app. So it'll run handle auth for me. Let's see if this is all true. Let's see if things work the way they did. I'm not logged in right now. If I sign in with Google, yep, it still changed me in here. If I sign out, if I refresh, okay, I'm still signed in. If I sign out, I refresh, I'm still signed out. So let's sign in. Let's open up a new window. Go to localhost 3000 there. And sign out. Look at that. The other window updated too. So kind of seems like I don't even need to pass down the handle auth prop to sign in anymore. Now I'm still calling that from my fake login, right? My form here that just takes an email. So I don't know what to do there. So I could just like comment out that whole form right now because it's not actually doing anything. Let's just get rid of all the way down through or. Just comment that out. Here's my sign-in page now. Since the other thing isn't really working.